What are the sunan or the sunnah actions of Eid? Okay, so we can break this down into a few. The first of them is to make a ghusl in the morning, and that is after Fajr time or for Fajr as well, before you actually leave for the Eid prayer. This is, by consensus of the scholars, a recommended action. Not obligatory, but something great. The second is to wear your very best clothes. Your best clothes, best smells, best smiles. The Prophet ﷺ even used to have clothes that he only used to wear on Eid, and we all know about how excited we're going to get with that. The third is to actually, because it's Eid al-Fitr, it is a sunnah to actually eat something to show very clearly that you're not fasting, because we're going to be fasting straight after now with the 6 days of Shawwal, but today's a day of happiness, so it's done. We're going to celebrate and we're going to show that we're not fasting. So he would break his before he'd leave for the prayer, he would eat some dates, an odd number as well. That's a established sunnah. The next sunnah is probably the greatest of them, and that is to make takbeer and to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and show that gratitude. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, so that you complete the period and that you then glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that you may indeed be grateful. And this used to be one of the great sunnahs of the companions, and they used to be doing it, in my phrase, loud and proud. So wherever they would go, you would hear them. Abdullah ibn Umar, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, from the companions, they used to go through the markets, you'd hear them saying it loud and loud. I'm very happy to do so, strong and proud in their identity, happy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed them with this acceptance of their great month of effort to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of Ramadan. And here's something interesting actually. The sigha, or the form of the takbir, has not been authentically established from the Prophet ﷺ, but we have riwayat from the narrations from the companions, and the most famous and the most authentic is that of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahil hamd. And we have another narration as well that increased the takbir to 3. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Walillahil hamd. So these are the most famous ones, and you can add to these. The matter is flexible. There is nothing specific, but it's more about that attitude, that love. And it starts from the night of the Eid, so previous night. When Ramadan finishes, you got Maghrib time and it's been confirmed, the moon is seen, or 30 days have been completed, or you received news of a global sighting, if you follow global sighting, then it starts, then the takbir continues, and it goes all the way at all time, in the night, in the morning, whilst after you've come out and the clothes are on and the family's getting together, and especially then on the way to the masjid itself. And then it stops when the imam comes out into the musalla. Remember, it's not a masjid, yani the traditional way to pray Eid, and that's another sunnah, okay, of the Eid, is to pray in an external area, in a musalla, not in a masjid. But because of most people, or especially in the UK, because of the weather, we tend to find ourselves praying in a masajid, but those in other more dry climates can pray outside like the sunnah. Another sunnah would be as narrated in Bukhari, that the Prophet ﷺ would go one way and return another, and that is whilst making takbir all the time, to spread it, maximum spread, maximum exposure. And also a very important point, and that is for the earth to witness the slaves of Allah glorifying Him, because we know that the animate objects are also monitoring us all the time. They are in their own state of dhikr, and they monitor us as well, and they'll be witnesses for us. So you should not treat stones and trees and pavements and sidewalks in a very little way, in a meaningless way. They're going to be on your side if you are doing good things. Okay, you are being good, they're going to support you. So making takbir all the time. Another sunnah is congratulations and congratulating the people. And I say sunnah, I mean just the concept, not the form, because again, we don't have anything from the Prophet ﷺ in how he would congratulate anyone. There is no evidence for hugging people, certainly not 3 times. What's all that about? Oh my God, mission, man's got queues waiting to hug him, and my guy here giving me a full behavior, 1, 2, 3, oof. And you know how, and you know what, you don't even need an Islamic proof. You know, when you're in the middle of that 3 hug, you're thinking, man, this is so unnecessary. Everyone is thinking the same, yeah? You're all thinking, you know me, when I grab someone, I hold them on for that little bit longer. This is my little trick. Just hold on to that first hug a little bit longer, and they get the message that I'm only interested in one. sick move that, take my advice. But it was not haram, I'm not saying it's haram, but I'm saying there's no evidence from the Sunnah to do that. But it's about spreading that congrats and that joy. And if you say Eid Mubarak, any phrase is acceptable. It has been narrated from the companions that you can say taqabbalallahu minna minkum salih al-a'mal. That's something which is acceptable. May Allah accept from me and you our good deeds. Wa kullu 'aam wa antum bi khair, and may this happy moment return back every year, and may it be happy for you as well this time. So these are phrases that have been narrated. The first one is the most authentic, but I have to say that as Imam Ahmed used to say, he never used to initiate it, but if people say it to you, then you can respond. It's about being nice and so on. And the final thing that I will say that would be a sunnah is to remember that it's Eid, that it's a day of joy, and you need to spread that joy. So your family, make it easy and fun for them. Make your kids enjoy that day. But more importantly than that, think about the people who are going under the radar. You see, you were obligated to pay a specific form of zakat just for this day, so that the poor people are also part of the joy. But there are some people that are rich, but they're not part of the joy. So the immigrants, foreign students, converts, these are circles of people that are not part and parcel, or don't feel part and parcel of the greater community that have lived there for ages. So you've got to really be aware of these people. You've got to make sure you work hard in the community or in the masajid to actually establish Eid gatherings and Eid parties, or in your own homes. Make sure they don't get forgotten on this great day. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us for all the things that we've done wrong, and to accept all of our ibadah in the month of Ramadan. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all of the actions of adhkar and qiyam and siyam and tilawatul Quran. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the Eid a blessed one of safety and peace and happiness and acceptance across the world and the ummah through all of its difficulties that it's going through. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala تقبل الله منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال وإن قل. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.